Hello everyone. In this lecture, we are going to see the implementation of HTTP protocols, nothing but the get method and post method with Ethernet shield and Arduino, In the previous lecture, we have seen with the Wi-Fi shield. So now this experiment we are going to also work practically. I will show you with the hardware connections and all. So, similar to the Wi-Fi shield program, now we are going to do for Ethernet. As I told, there is the only difference with respect to the internet connection. So now let us see the variation, and we are also going to work with the hardware components. The reason why I am showing this Ethernet one with hardware components is, if you observe our IoT schedule for Arduino, there in IoT patterns, various projects we are going to develop. There we are going to use HTTP protocols as well as MQTT protocols. So if you don't know these protocols, you can't develop projects. That's the reason I'm going to explain point to point now. Okay, now let me show you the programming part. Yes, as we are going to work with Ethernet shield, the header file we are going to use is ethernet.h is the header file. And in the description of video, I am placing the Ethernet shield connection with Arduino, Where simply for network connection we have discussed. You watch that video, then you can watch this video. Yes, now coming to the programming point of view. Yes, this was the code which we have discussed the morning. Actually, this code is not required now because we are going to change regarding connections and all. So now let me show you our new program. Yes, this is our program for Ethernet shield and Arduino, for HTTP protocols. This is our header file. And as I told already, we have discussed the Ethernet shield internet connection. Then these were the things which we discussed. We- Yes, what are the things varies is, if you are working with Wi-Fi shield, there we have used SSID and password. But here we are going to use MAC address and IP address. Yes, here if you observe this is MAC address is stored in the byte array, and these values are, yes, hexadecimal values. Remember that point. The reason why I have passed some random values for this IP address and all is, initially we'll work with our original Wi-Fi only by making of LAN connection. But for suppose you are unable to connect to that particular MAC address, then we are going to work with our own MAC address and IP address. That's the reason. So now similarly there we have discussed Wi-Fi client. Here similarly Ethernet client. Server and port are going to be same. As I told, this provide free services for working with HTTP methods, and we are going to work with get and post method. And here you can see port is at 80. And now coming to the, yes, second part, coming to the Ethernet connection, nothing but internet connection. Here you can see initially we are beginning similar to Wi-Fi, but here we are going to pass the MAC. If it is 0, it indicates that there was a failure in the connection. So you need to give your own IP address. Nothing but this IP address we are giving. If it is directly connected, it is happy. Directly you will get as connection successful. Otherwise, you need to perform this step and then you are going to get this one. Yes, once we print this one, that's all. The connection to internet has been established using Ethernet shield. Now, what's the second part? HTTP get method and post method. As we have already discussed in previous lecture, I am not going to cover here much, but only the thing, there is a single line variation which I'll also show you. Yes, just a second. First, we'll discuss get method. Get method is for reading and all. Yes, here you can see string type it is request data. This for requesting you have given this statement and you are trying to connect the client with that particular server and port. Yes, server and port. If the connection is success, then you will print all these messages that server is connected and you are going to print all these values. Yes, I will also show you in the execution part. You need not worry regarding it. Yes. Otherwise, if there is no connection, what you will print directly? Connection failed. This is what with the get method is. Now coming to the next method, nothing but post method. As I told, since we are only going to read data from the sensors, we actually not required the post method. Anyhow, I will explain this post method too. Here you can see this line changes. Here it is in format of like a dictionary and key. But if you observe in that Wi-Fi programming part, yes, Wi-Fi HTTP. Yes. Here for post method you can see for this complete thing there are single double quotes. So now let me close this one. And here you can see those are separated. Up to semicolon it is divided again. So this is the only change. And one more change is regarding the internet connection. That's it. Remaining complete programming part is same. You are trying to print all those details. Yes. If client is not connected, what you will say simply connection failed. And here you can see in void setup and void loop. In void setup itself, we are going to call those functions. So all will be printed single time. Next coming to here, if client is available, you will say HTTP response. While client is available, you are going to print all those things. For suppose if client is not connected, then you are going to say it as disconnected from server. Here the reason why I have included delay time is it will print this disconnecting from server into the infinite loop. Infinite times it will be printed. So to avoid that thing, I have kept the delay time. Hope you understood. So now let me compile this one. Yes. Compilation process is success. Yes. Now let me show you with the hardware components. There is nothing new here. Hardware components means as we have discussed with the Ethernet shield connection. Similarly, on top of Arduino, you are going to place Ethernet shield. From Arduino to USB connection, you are going to give to your laptop or CPU. From Ethernet shield, using the LAN wire, you are going to connect to your Wi-Fi. So just let me upload it. Yes, this is the serial monitor. You need to wait. Yes, once the uploading is done, if you open immediately also output will not be displayed. Just wait for a while and then click on the serial monitor. Yes, here you can see right server connected and all. Yes, all the details are being printed. This is how it works. Actually, while performing these techniques also, we are not going to focus much. The reason is that we just want to give regarding connections. We are not worried regarding all these details and all. Hope you understood. Now you can see disconnecting from server will be printed into infinite loop. So now let me show you the hardware connections. I will keep the serial monitor as it is. Yes. And in the next lecture, we are going to work with the MQTT protocol with Wi-Fi shield. Then similarly with Ethernet shield also we are going to perform. But this MQTT is somewhat lengthy because we need to install some MQTT broker and all. Yes. So now let me show you this one with hardware components. Yes, friends, I have successfully compiled and uploaded the program to our Arduino Uno. Now let me show you the hardware components. Here you can see right on top of Arduino Uno, I have placed my Ethernet shield. Arduino to laptop connection using this USB connector. And from this Ethernet shield, if you observe, there is the LAN cable, right? If you observe clearly, this LAN cable is connected to my Wi-Fi network. So that's the reason we are not going to mention our Wi-Fi SSID and password. And yes, while connecting, be careful that all the pins should be aligned onto the Arduino Uno. Yes. Now let us see the output. Just a second, let me open serial monitor. Yes, you can see right, connection is successful. This connection successful is regarding our internet connection, guys. Remember that one. Yes, and whenever a new output comes, obviously this will be automatically going down. So you can control with the scrolling bar and all. You can see get method is performed and post method is performed. Then we are printing all the details. Yes, from where are you printing all these details? In which function it is available? From, yes, from void loop we are printing those techniques. And from here also you are going to print. You can see right, post from HTTP and all. Yes, like that we are going to print all the details. Here you can see right, continuously these all the things. Actually, we need not print all those while working with projects, but here to make you clear understanding regarding those connections, we have simply printed. Hope you all understood. That's all for this lecture, and if you are having any doubts, drop in the comment section. Thank you.